Whenever anyone asks me if a food is good for you, say like kale for example, I have a tendency to respond like this. Kale is good for us because it has a lot of vitamin A, vitamin K, calcium, antioxidants, omega-3s, and fiber. But there is a problem with this. When we justify the healthiness of a food based on the individual nutrients, we reduce it to nothing more than a supplement or a vitamin pill. If kale is good for you because it has vitamin A and K, calcium, antioxidants, omega-3s, and fiber, why not just take a multivitamin, a calcium pill, an antioxidant supplement, an omega-3 pill, and a fiber supplement? Why do we need to eat kale at all? Let's consider 3 examples. Scientists do a study on the healthfulness of carrots and find that people who eat more carrots are healthier. Then they ask, what is it about the carrots that makes them so healthy? They discover that carrots contain a compound called beta-carotene. So they isolate this compound and give it to people in supplement form. In this study, however, they find no benefit. So if you tune into the local news the next day, you may see a story proclaiming that the science is now mixed on the healthfulness of carrots, yet that isn't what the science really showed. See, carrots are good for you and they have beta-carotene, and beta-carotene levels in the blood are an excellent predictor of disease risk. More beta-carotene in the blood, less disease risk. But studies on beta-carotene pills find no benefit. There is something in the whole of the carrot that imparts the benefit of the beta-carotene to your blood and body. Removed from the whole, it is useless. Similarly, blueberries have an insane amount of antioxidants. Eating blueberries makes you smarter, and the antioxidants protect you from cancer and heart disease. But studies on antioxidants in pills find no benefit. So this leads people to conclude that antioxidants are not as healthy as we once thought, even though foods that have a lot of them are shown to be great for us. Finally, let's look at a reverse example. Ask virtually anyone why they drink milk and they will say, because it has calcium and is good for my bones. This is certainly thanks to a great marketing campaign from the Got Milk people, but let's break this down. The logic goes like this: milk has calcium, calcium is good for my bones, therefore milk is good for my bones. But when you actually look at the whole food, a different picture emerges. See, countries like the US consume the most dairy worldwide and also happen to have the highest rates of osteoporosis. Countries with relatively low or even no dairy consumption have lower rates of osteoporosis. Looks like while calcium can help build bones, milk does not. When you justify eating a food based on the individual nutrients inside it, you miss the whole picture. See, you don't walk out into the jungle and pick some vitamin K. We don't eat vitamins, we eat food. The tendency that we have to justify the healthiness of a food based on its individual nutrients is why food manufacturers know that they'll sell more breakfast cereal if it says contains 100% of your daily vitamins, or they'll sell more yogurt if it has extra protein. Adding isolated nutrients to an edible food-like substance does not make it healthy. As the case of the carrot and the beta-carotene points out, we can't really isolate nutrients from their whole. So what if instead of daily values for vitamins and minerals, we had daily values for foods? What if instead of needing 60 milligrams of vitamin C, we needed at least 1 orange every day? That way you couldn't be fooled by a box of cereal that said, now contains a whole orange. Instead of 30 grams of fiber, which you could conceivably get entirely from Fiber One bars, you need half a cup of beans, 5 cups of vegetables, 5 servings of fruit, and a bowl of oatmeal every day. So instead of trying to claim that a food is good for us because it contains certain nutrients, a better question is, does eating more of it lead to health or to disease? Turns out this is an easier question for science to answer. They don't have to isolate a single compound, instead they can study the whole food. And what they find is that diets that are based on mostly whole plant foods promote health, and diets like in America that are based mostly on animal products and processed foods promote disease. So, why is kale good for you? Because it has kale in it. Or, in the words of the great Mark Bittman, it's the carrot, not the beta-carotene. But there's kind of a problem with this, or food, the pattern that is